Welcome to Northwest Magic. My name is Howie.
I'm Levi.
Today, we're going to be talking about some sick new Duskmourn cards.
Duskmourn is here, everybody. I am so excited for this set. I love the look. I love the horror movies. So, I mean, this is like a horror movie theme.
Let's get the plugs out of the way. If you are not subscribed to our Patreon, consider supporting us with one of those cool tiers that have to do with spicy stuff and make you better content. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe for more similar and or better content than this video will be. And
thank you to our patrons, Kingdom and Richard Dilkes. We appreciate everything you do, and if you'd like to become a patron, we have that linky down in the description. With that all out of the way, let's talk about the face commanders for these Duskmorn previews.
The precons. First, we're going to be talking about Aminatou, Veil Piercer. 4 mana, 1 white, blue, and black for a legendary human wizard. She's a 2/4.
Spoiler, probably best one. Sorry.
At the beginning of your upkeep, Surveil 2. Each enchantment card in your hand has Miracle. Its miracle cost is equal to its mana cost reduced by 4. So you can cast a card for its miracle cost. If it's the first card you cast each turn, it gets around timing restrictions if you can draw a card during your opponent's turn.
First card you draw each turn.
First card you draw each turn. Is that not what I said?
Yeah, you said cast. If it's the first card you cast this turn.
You're right. And then you have to reveal it, so you got to make sure you keep your cards separate. I actually just thought about this right now. This is probably really good with a lot of those 2 mana blue cards that I've been standing on recently. Ledger Shredder, Fairy Mastermind, stuff that will incidentally draw you cards so you're not paying any mana on your opponent's turns to draw them. Consecrated Sphinx is like probably the best card in the deck, probably.
It might
really
be
good. Either
that or Sensei's Divining Top.
You're not wrong.
That would go so hard in this deck. You know it would.
It would. The obvious one to say is Omniscience. What was the Eldrazi thing you talked about earlier? Inscription.
Yeah, we think when you look at Aminatou, I think one of the first things that comes to mind is Omniscience. But Eldrazi Conscription, that's also freaking awesome. If you get that discount by 4, that's freaking Eldrazi Conscription for 6 mana. That's pretty dang good.
You also have like all the gods from Theros, because it doesn't have to be like just an enchantment. It can be an enchantment creature or an enchantment artifact. There's a couple of those.
The demon of the last ring.
Fate's Design.
Yeah.
Is it the one I told you about earlier?
Demon of the last ring is what I said.
Yeah, that's not quite true.
Of Fate's Design.
6 mana, but with Aminatou, it's going to be 2 mana, and you can pay life equal to an enchantment's mana cost once per turn instead of paying its mana cost. Did I say that right?
Did you do that from memory?
I said that backwards.
Did you do that from memory? Nice.
I do everything from memory. I only read cards once and never again.
He doesn't prepare. No, I think
I'm a huge fan.
Comes to mind, like just big things that you probably wouldn't be playing otherwise. Now you have the ability to do that. I think Aminatou is probably one of the more unique and cool and just awesome of the new ones. So
it reminds me of Omnath, Locus of Creation, which you're familiar with because I play it all the time. Maybe my favorite deck because it makes so much mana. I can play like the big stuff that I don't usually get to play. He makes 4 mana a turn. She reduces things by 4 mana a turn, so
yeah,
I love it. The next one, you're right, we're going to get less interesting from here on out, is Valgavoth, Harrower of Souls. 2 black and red for an Elder Demon. That's pretty cool. 4/4. Whoops. Flying, ward, pay 2 life. Whenever an opponent loses life for the first time during each of their turns, put a +1/+1 counter on Valgavoth, Harrower of Souls, and draw a card. So, Get him big.
He's a little boring, but he is really well
like
designed. I think he's cool.
I like him. You draws you cards and he gets bigger, and I like it's neat that the ward cost will let you put a +1 counter on him and pay and draw a card. And I cannot wait to be like make someone feel really bad about themselves when they target him, like with a sorcery speed thing for 4 damage during their turn. And you go, well, actually, he's got a counter now, so we're not taking that back. He's still alive.
Yep. Yeah, he's pretty cool. Sometimes Rakdos can feel like an unseasoned piece of chicken breast, but they got some good stuff that is seasoned. You know, they got the Old Bay on there, and I think Valgavoth has, like, at least he's got some salt and pepper on him, you know, if you're comparing him to a piece of chicken.
I don't think that he is, like, Those were good analogies. I don't think that he's, like, an overpowered commander by any means, or, like, even maybe a beast in the command zone, but I think that him and the sum of his parts, aka the 99... I think that he'll be better than he looks like.
Yeah.
Like, just by reading him.
I mean, he's card draw, he gets bigger, I mean, he's awesome. And all slept on
with the right setup,
CMC, he's really not bad. He's a good creature to have.
With the right setup, in 2 turns after you have him out, he'll be a 10/10 flyer. Yeah. That's pretty cool. Anyway, Zamon, Mystery Unraveler, 2, a green, and a blue. They're all 4 mana. I like that.
Yeah.
Human Wizard, another one. Whew. Landfall. 3/3. Whenever a land you control enters, manifest Dread if this is the first time this ability has resolved this turn. Otherwise, you may turn a permanent you control face up. Do you remember Vanifar from Murders at Karlov Manor? This is, like, way better than that.
Yeah.
In the same colors, in my opinion.
Being able to get your 2 and put 1 down is pretty nice, because sometimes with the whole, like, manifest stuff, sometimes you put something down that's not a creature, and you don't quite want that ever. You want to be able to flip them.
Yeah, and you can flip things, like, just by playing more lands or playing a fetch land or something. That's really good. I have some reservations saying this, but I think it may end up being the best face-down commander, sans, like, some goofy shit, like Animorphs.
Animorphs!
Like, I think this is better than the Sultai. What is that thing? Slinky? The Slinky card? Slinky Sorcerer.
The
snake.
Kadena.
It used to be a Naga, but it's a snake now.
Kadena.
Slinky.
I
think it's better.
Slinky's better.
Really, you play face down stuff. You don't even need to play that many face down stuff. You also play big stuff, cheat it into play, and then flip it up for free.
Yeah, I feel like this would be a similar deck to Vanifar, but maybe with just more, like, focus on the lands.
Yeah,
but
I think it's gonna be better.
I mean, you could put a freaking
You'll have the Eldrazi
down.
Yeah, we're on the same page.
Yeah, it's whenever I think
Emrakul.
of cheating something out, I always think Eldrazi. So
yeah, you won't get the cast triggers, but you'll still get those fat Annihilator stuff.
Fat Annihilator is what I'm about, baby. Okay,
Winter.
One more.
Cynical Opportunist. 2 black and a green for a 2/5 human warlock. Death Touch. Whenever Winter attacks, mill 3 cards. And he has... Can't read that. Delirium?
Delirium, yeah.
It was really pixelated. At the beginning of your end step, you may exile any number of cards from your graveyard with 4 or more card types among them. If you do, put a permanent card from among them onto the battlefield with a finality counter on it. I said this the other day, I don't know if it was to you, but this is like 6 if you added black and, like, gave it death touch
I think you were
instead of
talking
reach.
to someone else.
Okay, yeah, I mean, it just feels like a Golgari version of 6, but, like, you have to exile stuff from your graveyard, but you can put the card onto the battlefield instead of into your hand. So, like, kind of adjacent, but even though you're adding a color, and putting things onto the battlefield with it, I think 6 is better. I don't really like that. I think this is, without a doubt, the worst face commander, and I have nothing nice to say about it, to be honest with you. And I just don't even care to talk about it for the rest of the video. Let me know in the comments how wrong I am, please. Please.
Those were those face commanders. There's some other cards that we wanted to talk about. I think like just some of the cool or interesting cards that we want to talk about.
I want to talk about rooms. We have seen one room so far. It's a new card type. It's an enchantment subtype. The one we have seen is called Dollmaker's Shop and Porcelain Gallery.
So cool.
So, for rooms, you may cast either half. That door unlocks on the battlefield. As a sorcery, you may pay the mana cost of a locked door to unlock it. So that's actually super cool. But you cast either side, more or less, from what I understand, right? And then the cool part is when you want to unlock the other door, you're not casting the other door, so it can't get countered by most counter spells. You'd have to have like a disallow or a stifle, right? Because I think it would be considered
You're activating an ability, like, almost.
Is it considered activating an ability? I don't even know if you can do that. Might be considered a special action. I need to check the ruling on that one. But either way, it's not considered casting at that point. So this card's super cool in general, not even, just excluding the room part. I should read what it does. The Dollmaker Shop is 2 mana, and then whenever one or more non-toy creatures you control attack a player, just attack, create a 1/1 white toy artifact creature token. So you can make up to 3 a turn without extra combats. And then for 6 mana, Porcelain Gallery says, creatures you control have base power and toughness, each equal to the number of creatures you control. That's reminiscent of like a game-ending spell or like a Crater Hoof, but without the trample and stuff. You're going to make your stuff quite large.
Yeah, I love that you can put down Dollmaker's Shop first and then build your army. And
yep.
if it's still around, if it hasn't been, destroyed or anything, you can activate Porcelain Gallery for when you're ready. It's a little telegraphed, but I love its design, and I would put it in my like go wide decks for sure.
Yeah. And also, as I've been saying a lot over the past few videos, I really value versatility, and I like that if you draw this late, you don't even need to go to the Dollmaker Shop. You can just go to the Porcelain Gallery instead. You took a little shortcut, and you won the game for it.
And bonus points, this thing has such cool art.
Both the normal art and the secondary art, the showcase art, I don't know what it is. Number 335 art, the good one.
Yeah, I love it.
You want to talk about your ninja boy?
Yes. Let's talk about Kaito. I pronounced him right?
I would say so.
Bane of Nightmares, 2 blue and a black. Bane. Legendary Planeswalker Kaito. Ninjutsu, 1 blue and black. Yeah, you heard that right. I'm talking about a Planeswalker, and it has ninjutsu. During your turn, as long as Kaito has 1 or more loyalty counters on him, he's a 3/4 ninja creature and has hexproof. His +1 is you get an emblem with ninjas you control, get +1/+1. His 0 is Surveil 2, then draw a card for each opponent who lost life this turn. And -2 is tap target creature, put 2 stun counters on it. I think
it's a very cool card design.
This is a creature that has the versatility that a Planeswalker has. This is one of the most versatile cards I've ever seen in my life. At least as far as ninjas are concerned, anyway.
Okay, I was gonna say I wouldn't go that far. I think it's a great card.
It goes in any ninja deck. It goes in any
ninja deck, and therefore it is a little narrow. But like, you would probably put this in Tiger. What's her name? Yuriko.
Tiger.
I don't know what else to say about it. It's very neat card design space, and I hope that they do more with things like that. Like, let's have a Planeswalker with Madness or Miracle even. Miracle. Secondary Commander, maybe?
Oh,
That'd be cool.
That could be possible.
Cool. enchantment creature that has built-in miracle. We'll see. We'll see about that.
We'll see. We still have yet to see the secondary commanders, so... Alright, Howie, I'm pretty sure you've been dying to talk about this one. This card.
Oh, I thought you were talking about Enduring Innocence. I read ahead a little bit there. Oh. I'm not talking about the Saga ability. I'm talking about Split Up. I think that's what you're referencing.
I am. That is what I'm referencing.
I love this card. 1 white for a sorcery. Usually I don't love sorceries. Choose one, destroy all tapped creatures, or destroy all untapped creatures. And it says, don't be a wimp. We'll cover more ground this way. I never read the flavor text until right now. I like that.
So good. What's not to love about this?
This will like always be a very much a one-sided board wipe. Whether you pick either mode, you're the one casting it, so you're going to be prepared for it. People don't play like instant speed tapping things very often at all, and especially not in mass. So
yeah,
you can if you have a deck where you're just having a bunch of mana dorks, you can just tap all your stuff to activate this and just have it be a one-sided board wipe straight up. Or you can attack with everything, turn everything sideways, and then whatever they don't block with or is still alive, whatever, and is untapped on their side, you just destroy all the untapped creatures. You know what I mean? It's great. It's great. I love this card. Maybe I'm overvaluing it, but I kind of want to put it in every white deck I make until the end of time.
Yeah.
And three mana for that kind of effect is, I think, very efficient, and I like efficiency.
3 mana for a mostly one-sided board wipe, if not always, is so good. I mean, you have your deck with white that I can think of, Kaikar.
And Omnath.
Omnath.
That's it.
It would work really well in those.
Bloom Burrow. What? Bloom Flower.
Are you okay? Oh, Bumbleflower.
Bumbleflower. If I build her, that would go in there. That'd be a really good one to go in there. Bloomflower. Okay. I think that's cool. I was going to mention Enduring Innocence, but it's just, another one of those. We're hitting a critical mass of whenever another creature with power 2 or less enters, draw a card. It's good. It's in the cycle.
And it's recurable. Comes back when it dies.
Yeah. Built-in recursion.
Built-in recursion. That one's worth talking about.
This is a fun set so far.
Yeah.
Do not forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Share with all your best friends. Let them know what you think of us and what they think of us.
And your acquaintances and your relatives.
Maybe not your relatives. I feel like relatives don't really share interests. If you want to, you can.
Cool. Well,
thanks for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. Part 3.
Thank you.
Check out our Patreon again. And also check out episode 3 of Elder Dragon Hot Wings when it comes out soon. Be ready for that. We're going to try some really spicy hot sauce this time. I hope we cry.
Yeah, this one's going to be so hot.
Don't miss it. Thanks and see ya.
Bye.